Toe to toe, I should be scared only maybe so, but I ain't worried about it.
Hi and Assalamualaikum, my name is Aisha binti Daud. The first question is to draw the appropriate bird diagram. To construct the bird diagram, we have to transfer data from the table to the bird diagram. Each node represents an event and arrow represents an activity. The alphabet above the arrow signifies the activity and the time above the arrow signifies the time within to complete the task. First, the activity that have no predecessor will start at node 1. So from the table we can see that activity A and B that have no predecessor will start at node 1. So from node 1, draw 2 arrows to show A and B. And also put the time beside the alphabet. Next, from the table you can see that C and D are from predecessors A. So we have to draw node 2, and from node 2 we have to draw 2 more arrows to signify the activity for C and D that comes from predecessor A. So in the table it shows that E have no predecessor, which shows that E have to start from node 1. For activity F, we can see that the predecessors are from C and D. In this situation, we have to draw dummy. We have to draw dummy is because C and D did not end up in the same node. Dummy is used to show the relationship of sequence of the activity. So draw node 3 and 4 like in the diagram and make dummy from 3 to 4. Then draw an arrow to present F. Next, G comes from predecessor E. So draw node 5 and draw an arrow to represent G. Next, from the table we can see that H comes from B and G. This situation is similar to activity F. This is when we have to draw dummy 2. Next, activity I comes from predecessor D. So from node 3, draw an arrow to represent I. Next is, just like activity H, J comes from predecessor B and G. So from node 7, draw an arrow to represent J. Last but not least is K that comes from predecessor H and J. Here again we have to draw dummy. Lastly, draw node 10 to complete the diagram and to end all activity. For the next question, I will pass to my friend Hairina.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. My name is Noirina binti Muhammad and I would like to present past year question March 2004. Number C, find the earliest project completion time. The answer is 17. D, identify the critical activities. So we get E, G, H and J. E, the earliest project completion time if activity were delayed by 6 weeks. So we need to minus 17 minus 7 minus 7, so we get 3 weeks. It will be delayed by 3 weeks, making it to 20 weeks. F, free float is 0. 5 minus 3 minus 2, so we get 0 weeks. The last one is total float C. 11 minus 3 minus 2, so we get 6 weeks. That's all for me. Thank you so much.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Farah. So question A, construct the PERT network for the construction of the dam. Okay, table show activities consist A until J, preceding activity and time in week for each activity. Alright, to start the PERT diagram, we must look at the single activities. As mentioned in the question, activity A is the single activity. So we start with the activities first. We draw the node number 1, we draw the arrows and mention the activities there. As in the table of the question, activity B, C, D are produced by activity A. So after the arrow of activity A, we put the node number 1 there. And then we continue drawing the arrow for activity B, C and D. Same goes to activity F, which is produced by activity B. And activity G is produced by activity C. So what is that, the dotted line? That is called dam. Okay, so as you can see there, the producers of activity E are B and C. However, they end at different nodes. So to connect them all, we use dummy. So dummy is 0. So we draw the dotted lines from node number 3 and 4 that connect them to center, and we draw the node number 5. Same goes to the producers of activity I, which are D, E, F, and G. So we draw the dummy from node number 6 and connect them to center, and we draw the node number 7. And then we draw the arrow for activity H, which is produced by activity D and G, and activity J is produced by activity I and H, same as usual calculation. Okay, for the question B, calculate the earliest event time and latest event time for each event. Okay, to calculate the EET for each current node, we need to add the duration times of the activities, starting from the EET of the first node to the last activity before the event. So the top boxes is EET and the below one is LET. As example, to calculate the EET of the node number 2, alright, so we add on EET amount from the starting point, which is node number 1, which is 0, and then we add on with 12. Okay, alright, so EET for the other nodes, we just calculate the same method as I explained. Okay, now LET. LET will be calculated backwards from the last node to the first node. To get the LET of the current event, we need to minus the duration time of activities involved from LET of the last node. As example, to calculate the LET of the node number 8, we take the LET of the number 9, which is 48 minus with the activities between which is 6, so we get 42. But then when more than one activity involved, we need to choose the activity in which when we minus with the LET before, we will get the smallest volume among the activities leading to the event. As an example, for node number 2, we have activity B, C, and D, which is in the end we choose B because 20 minus 8 equal 12, which is the smallest value among those three. Alright, for other nodes, we just calculate using the same methods as I explained before. So that is from me. I pass to my friend Qaida.
Hi, my name is Nur Qaida Khadira binti Muhammad Saiful Akmal. I will continue March 2015. Question C. Determine the critical path and critical activity for the network. Critical path 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 or 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. Critical activity is AB, FIJ or AB, dummy, EIJ. Determine the completion time of the project. Project completion time 42 months. Compute the following. Free float for activity E. Free float equal to 38 minus 20 minus 18 equal to 0 months. Independent float for activity D. Dependent float equal to 22 minus 12 minus 3 equal to 6 months. Will the project completion be delayed? Activity G will revise to 12 months instead of 5. Assume total float 33 minus 16 minus 5 equal to 12. 12 plus 5 equal to 17 months. If activity G was revived to 12 months instead of 5 months, the project can still complete in time with a balance of 5 months. That's all from us. Thank you.